Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the best jewels list guide for the Decorations Datamine. So decorations are coming to Monster Hunter now, and thanks to Revolutionary Wind 846 for the jewels list and the Datamine list. Now there's actually a list of decorations in the version 70 Datamine, and for those of you that have never played the main series games or just need a refresher, decorations can be placed into weapon/armor to gain or enhance equipment skills. Now, the decorations text file has a lot of jewels. I mean, a lot. So to make this easier, I'm just going to go down the list instead of like taking it each and every one and then making a whole new like list or whatnot. This saves us time and allows us to thoroughly go down the list without the possibility of skipping a jewel. In other words, it just makes it a lot easier for me. I could have just like put everything together, but I might have missed something. So this just makes sure that the list is accurate and, like I mentioned, that I don't skip a jewel on accident on this text file. And without further ado, here's the decorations list page 1. Now the worst jewels we have on this list is the Antidote Jewel, which is poison resistance, Anti-Para Jewel, which is anti-paralysis, which is paralysis resistance, and the Defense Jewel, which is for defense boosts. Now, for those of you that have been playing Monster Hunter now for a long time, or for those of you that are just beginning, now here's the thing. Offense overtakes defense in Monster Hunter now, so these would automatically fall to the bottom. Defense is not the best offense, it's backwards for this game, so these are the worst of the crop, and you don't want to use them for any of your slots. And for one of them, which is okay, is the Backstab Jewel, which would be sneak attack. So, like I put here, just to have a little fun, take it in the butt, but not worth the slot. Yes, it's not worth the slot for sneak attack unless it's just like, hey, I got it. And only if you're collecting them, so that checks one off your list. And now we have the GOATs, the greatest of all times for page 1. We have the Blaze Jewel, which is for fire attack. The Bolt Jewel for thunder attack. The Attack Jewel for attack boost. Critical Jewel for critical boost. The Charger Jewel, which gives you focus, and the Absorber Jewel for recoil down. Now, decorations that increase elemental attack is a win. We all know, or if you don't know it, at the end game, or not end game, the post game, far post game, you know, like 10 stars, and even before that, elemental attack overtakes raw. So, with that being said, elemental attack is nice. The Charger Jewel is a bowmain's wet dream. No, seriously, every bowmain is rejoicing and hoping and praying that they get Charger Jewels. And speaking of ranged weapons, we have the Absorber Jewel for light bowgun, which is a light bowgun's lover come true. And we have Critical Boost, which gives extra crit damage, and of course, this gives you those critical eye or affinity enthusiasts. Finally, something they can put towards their critical boost builds. And next we have the Unknowns. I can't find these on any decorations list that match World of Rise, but they likely relate to Monster Hunter Now skills. Here's the list. We have Persevering Jewel, I'm guessing that's Lax Stand. The Inspiriting Jewel, which is for concentration. The Chain Jewel, which is burst. Stable Jewel, which is for firm foothold. Now Last Stand, obviously Last Stand is crap, you don't use it. Same thing with concentration. Burst, one of the best, if that's the Chain Jewel. I'm kind of guessing it because, you know, Burst has a chain of attack, so Chain Jewel. And Firm Foothold is crap. So yes, out of this entire list, Chain Jewel, if it's for Burst, would totally take the cake and the best out of this bunch. On the following page, we have page 2. We have the worst. We have Fire Resistance Jewel, which is for fire resistance. Ice Resistance Jewel, which is for ice resistance. The Fortify Jewel, which is for fortify. If you don't know, that's one of the worst ones. The Earplug Jewel, also bad. And the Guts Jewel. More defensive jewels you won't likely use, and Fortify is probably one of the worst skills in the game because it requires you to actually die for it to work, which no one wants to use potions for. And we have the ones that are okay. We have the Jumping Jewel, which is Evade Extender. You have the Guardian Jewel for offensive guard. The Iron Wall Jewel for guard. And for Flawless Jewel, we have Peak Performance. Now these jewels are okay. Guardian and Iron Wall work for specific weapon types. Sword and Shield and Lance rejoice because these two will definitely be up your alley if you want to use them. And yes, the rest of these are just okay. They're not something you would go through or use first, and the reason why I only put the offensive guard and guard jewels in okay is because most of the time you're not going to put in a defense unless, like I mentioned, these only work for specific weapon types. And now for decorations page 2, we have the greatest of all time, or the GOATs, which is the Destroyer Jewel for Part Breaker, the Expert Jewel for Critical Eye, you have Frost Jewel for Ice Attack, and the Paralyzer Jewel for Paralysis Attack. Decorations that increase elemental attack are great. The Paralyzer Jewel gives an answer for the lack of paralysis attack gear. For those of you that don't know, and those of you that love using paralysis weapons, you can't actually get Paralysis Attack 5 as of right now. At least for the version 7 Datamine. So this solves that issue if you're able to slot in a bunch of Paralyzer Jewels. Or if you can even slot them into that specific armor you're using. So, Expert Jewel also gives an answer to the affinity problem for crit builds. So, the big problem with crit builds is the fact that you need higher affinity, and this solves the problem for that. And also, Destroyer is a material farming build's best friend. You want to break tails, you want to get the Wyvern Gem Shards or Rarity 6 monster materials, say no more, because you have the Destroyer Jewel. The Destroyer Jewel coming to Monster Hunter now. And now for the unknowns for page 2, we have the Grenade Jewel and the Timing Jewel. I have no idea what the Grenade and Timing Jewel might be. I couldn't find them on a list. If those of you that might find out or know what they are, put in the comments your thoughts, or if you know what they are, because I have no idea, or I just didn't look hard enough, because sometimes I'm wrong and sometimes I miss stuff. Well, we're all human, and I have no idea what these have, so please, if you do have the answer, enlighten me. And last but not least, we have decorations list page 3. It's the final page. For the worst of this list, we have Thunder Resistance Jewel, Water Resistance Jewel, Vitality Jewel, which is health boost, and the Wind Resist Jewel, which I'm guessing is windproof. More defense equals not good, and skills that are geared towards defense, etc., not good as well. In other words, don't use them. And next we have the okay section. These are okay. You have the Protection Jewel, which is for Divine Blessing, the Rising Jewel, which I'm guessing is for Rising Tide, the Potential Jewel for Heroics, and the Special Jewel, which I'm guessing is for Special Boost. Protection Jewel is just a supplement to extra armor with Divine Blessing. Again, offense versus defense, but I'm not gonna lie, out of the defensive skills, Divine Blessing is one of the best. The Potential Jewel also has play for guard builds because of Heroics, so for those of you Heroics enthusiasts, guess what? You're gonna love it when this thing comes out, and if you get it. Special Jewels to nuke monsters, if you even want to make a special boost build and use up one of your loadouts, because we don't have a lot of loadouts right now. And the Rising Jewel is interesting, but it falls off at higher stars. That's why you don't really see Rising Tide popping up everywhere, because even if it falls off at the higher rankings. Unless it just gives a massive boost for like level 5 or whatnot and like doing the math, but overall Rising Jewel isn't worth it at post-game monsters. And moving forward, we have page 3 decorations list greatest of all times. The GOATs, the Stream Jewel, which is for water attack, Tenderizer for weakness exploit, and the Venom Jewel, which is for poison attack. Decorations that increase elemental attack are absolutely amazing. So, good list over here. And Tenderizer gives you an answer to the affinity problem in Monster Hunter now. So, weakness exploit and those that are using critical eye builds, you are going to love these jewels, and you're going to love finally having the ability to possibly getting 100% crit using a combination of these decorations and armor. And last but not least, for page 3 of the decorations list, we have the unknowns. We have Pierce Jewel, which might be piercing shots from World, and it's coming to Monster Hunter now. So for those of you that don't know what piercing shots do, piercing shots is a skill that increases the power of piercing ammo and dragon piercer. So it works only for bow special if you use this. But for light bowguns and heavy bowguns, yes, pierce works. So yeah. And you have Slicing Jewel, which I'm assuming just works for slicing ammo. Again, I just really don't have an idea, but close enough as far as like what it might be. And the Quick low jewel, which is likely going to correlate with reload speed. Quick load has somewhat of a connection, however the rest are ones I know or I haven't found any data on them. So yeah, quick load is the only one where I'm like, okay, you know what, that's probably for reload speed, but the rest of them I really don't know. So like I mentioned before, if you know what it is or if you have an idea, you think of an idea, put them in the comments below. Hopefully y'all are excited for decorations to possibly be coming soon to Monster Hunter Now. I know I'm excited. I'm really hoping they just drop all of this at once when it comes to the March major update. Otherwise, the next 3 months are going to be, outside of the new monsters, etc., are going to be kind of abysmal. We need more content. We need more things to do other than killing small, large monsters and collecting materials so that we can build our armors and weapons. We need more customization. We need Palico weapons and armor, and we need more improvements, you know, like cat improvements, you know, crafting, and just maybe, you know, that in-game currency video I was talking about last time. Yeah, please, Niantic. Anyways, hopefully y'all are excited again, and please do me a huge favor. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.